All right, man. How y'all doing, man? Hey, man. How y'all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Torture Talk. You know what it is. All right, so look, man. Today, UMG has put out the files of what they have on Drake. And this is nuts. And the case is over. This is over. I don't know how Drake's defense team is going to get around this. Because if you're saying that Kendrick, if this is a defamation case and you're saying Kendrick was saying these things about Drake and he defamed him, right? How are you going to get around this? Because they're showing you that he was actually engaging with Myers. Now I'm not saying that he was actually messing with them, but he was in communication with them. And that's even crazy for me. You in community, if you 30 something years old and you communication with my 15-year-old daughter, you might be having tea time with Jesus. Like, for real. That's just the bottom line. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. No. You're not going to be out here having, no. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get into that. Before I get to that, Legendary Spill, this is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing if you're new here. Let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is right on the screen, Cash App. No more PayPal. They call me Hidden Gem, 1,300 subscribers to over 19,000. And yes, I am the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you are from. So look, man, let's get it, man. Let's get to it. I have to put this thing on my head right. Be leaving lines in my forehead. You know what I mean? I got to sit it on right because there's no cushion in this joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no cushion in this joint. See this? There's no cushion in this joint. See that? That joint be hurt. Look at that line. See that line right there? You know what I'm saying? See that line? So I got to make sure this joint sits on my hair because that joint be hurting my head, man. That crown be hurting, man. But so thank y'all. Also, thank y'all for the donations. I appreciate everything that y'all do for this channel, man. I see that this channel is growing very fast. And yeah, man. I love y'all, man. I really do. I know we don't always agree, but I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, too, man. You know, I can't even do it because I'm gonna be talking forever and I gotta get to this video. So let's get it, man. All right, man. This comes courtesy of Jay Nolan. Shout out to him, man. You do a lot of good work, brother. Thank you so much for being who you are, man. So let's get it.
So now what we're going to do is revisit UMG's RJN, which is a request for judicial notice in support of defendant UMG Recordings' motion to dismiss the complaint. Once again, this was filed in March 17th of 2025. So this came out a week before the disclosures did. Okay? Now, once again, Exhibit A, Protect Black Art, signed by Drake, okay, to keep the lyrics out of courtrooms. Exhibit B, Drake song.
That's crazy, too, that they're going to use that against him. Like, so this is crazy, man. Like, yo, this case is over, bro. I see the judge dismissing this. I don't see the judge. I see her dismissing this and say, hey, you got to sue Kendrick. You're going to have to sue Kendrick. Because look at this, bro. They have an exhibit basically stating that Drake is on record saying that you should not use lyrics in court. And he's literally in court using lyrics. Like, what type of, I don't understand. How do you Drake fans defend this? I really don't. Like, I need to understand, how do y'all defend this? At this point, how do Drake fans defend some of this stuff? I need to talk to a Drake fan. When we open these phone lines up, and I want to talk about that in a second. When I open these phone lines up, I want to talk. I want a Drake fan to call in, and I want to have a full episode with the biggest Drake fan. That's what I want. I want to have a full episode with one of the biggest Drake fans, and I want to talk to you. And I want to talk to you about what's going on, because I want to see how you defend this, like, for real.
Back to back, released July 29th, 2015. Of course, we know that was him dissing Meek Mill. Exhibit C, Oh Lord, It's Me, which is a true incorrect copy of lyrics for Drake's song Duppy Freestyle. Okay? Released May 25th, 2018. Dissing Pusha T. Exhibit D, which is a true and correct copy of lyrics for Drake and J. Cole's track First Person Shooter. All the stuff that I'm talking about. Exhibit F, Like That. Exhibit E, Push Ups. Exhibit G, Tailor Made. Exhibit H, Euphoria. Exhibit I, 616 in LA. Exhibit J, Family Matters. Exhibit K, Meet the Grams. Exhibit L, The Sharp Part 6. Exhibit M, this is a true and correct copy of a November 8th article as updated on February 2nd, 2025. The full nominations list for the Grammys.
Oh, hold up, let me run
A
that
true and
back.
correct copy of a November 8th article. Tailor Made. Exhibit H, Euphoria. Exhibit I, 616 in LA. Exhibit J, Family Matters. Exhibit K, Meet the Grams. Exhibit L, The Sharp Part 6. Exhibit.
So how did they skip Not Like Us? They went from Meet the Grams and then they went to the Heart Part 6. They skipped Not Like Us. Hold up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they did that. I don't know how they skipped Meet Not Like Us.
M. This is a true and correct copy of a November 8th article as updated on February 2nd, 2025. The full nominations list for the Grammys. Because, of course, Drake is trying to implicate the Grammys as being in on this as well. Now, as we get to Exhibit N, okay, and remember, this was filed on March 17th. They say, this is a true and correct copy of a January 6, 2019 article entitled Drake Slammed on Social Media for 2010 Video in which he kisses, fondles 17-year-old girl, written by Jamie Dearwester and Rasha Ali for USA Today, available at the link. Okay?
Yeah, it's over, bro. Case over, bro. Case over, bro. I don't see how any judge is going to look at this case and say, well, there is evidence of you liking young girls. They're going to play this tape in court if this does go that far. They're going to play this tape. I want to talk to y'all about that. I need to talk to what's the dirt in academics about that. What about that? Because I seen somewhere where academics said, and I've got a video about that. It's going to be on my other channel, where academics said there's no evidence of Drake liking or messing with minors. No evidence of this. It's what he said. There is a tape. There is a video tape of him saying certain things to a 17-year-old girl, or he's a grown man on stage. And y'all sitting here pretending as if that is not real. And then y'all get mad at us when we say, like, it's literally evidence right there in your face. But then y'all get mad when people say, when What's the Dirt said that Kendrick Lamar beat on this girl and he figured it out and all this stuff. And we said, well, there's no evidence. No, he did. He did though. He did. But there's no evidence of it. You don't need no evidence. But Drake has evidence of him saying these things to a 17-year-old. But for some reason, y'all don't want to take that into account. Like, come on, bro.
Now, this is that video that's been circulating across YouTube for over a decade. It's been resurfaced. It's been respread out on social media. It's the one where he's weird as fuck and he says, "Hey, oh my God, I keep seeing all these 17-year-olds. Why are you built like that?" Right? And then he proceeds to kiss her anyway on stage. The young lady who was kissed on stage, she came out, I believe, last year and said, "Hey, that's me in that video, and he didn't do anything wrong. My dad was literally in the crowd, and nobody cared. Ma'am, you're a victim." But
Even with that being said, even if your dad was in the crowd, even if that, Kendrick said, "I hear you like him young." There you go, right there. So whether he say he didn't do anything wrong and it was the age of consent is 17 in that state, da, 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 whatever he say that, I'm not sure about this, but I did hear that there's a case or something like that going on, and it got it dismissed. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard. It could be a lie, but still in all.
that's the video. So they're referencing that. Okay? Exhibit O, which is a true and correct copy of a January 6, 2019 article entitled "Drake Slammed for Kissing 17-Year-Old Girl on Stage and Resurfaced Video." So around 2019, I guess people started recirculating and publications started reissuing the predatory nature of Drake kissing this 17-year-old girl on stage. 2019, for whatever reason, it was just a year that niggas decided we're bringing this back into the conversation. Okay? So basically, the same type of article. This one was published by Fox News. Exhibit P, which is a true and correct copy, of a January 7th, 2019 article entitled "Drake Kisses 17-Year-Old Fan on Stage and Unearthed Video Clip." This one was for The Guardian. Exhibit Q, which is a true and correct copy of an October 9th, 2023 article entitled "Drake Slams Critics Questioning Millie Bobby Brown Friendship That Began When She Was 14," written by Jack Hobbs for the New York Post. So all of these things in...
Bro. And this is I don't even think this is even recent. This is just something that he pulled up from a while ago. And I think it just came out. Maybe this all just came out. I don't know. But if they have this right now, I can imagine all the new stuff that they're gonna have. Yeah, this is crazy.
through whatever the fuck that they said in that document, they're referencing these exhibits, which are also clipped into the docket where they have the articles in full, right? So when UMG says that they have documents and information regarding Drake's, relationships or anything regarding minors, these are the things that they're referring to. They're not referring to new information. They're not referring to any backdoor secrets that they've helped hide from the public. They're not disclosing new information, and I'm gonna tell y'all why in just a few minutes. Let me get through this. So this was an October 2023 article on New York Post concerning the Millie Bobby Brown friendship, where he was texting her talking about boys and all that stuff, right? Exhibit R, which is a true and correct copy of an October 10th, 2023 article entitled "Drake, 36, Defends His Friendship with Millie Bobby Brown, 19, in New Song Lyrics." Okay, so this is People Magazine addressing how Drake put it in a song, I guess defending his friendship with her. And by the time the song came out, she was 19, but of course, she was not 19. She was what, 14, they said? Yeah, 14 when that news originally broke. So Exhibit S, which is a true and correct copy of a May 13th, 2024 article entitled "What is Baka Not Nice's Weird Case?" All right, so after Not Like Us came out, people started exploring Baka Not Nice's weird case. And of course, Baka Not Nice was arrested for domestic violence and then convicted on sex trafficking charges. Okay? Or let me say he was
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for Drake team to get around this. I'm telling you now, it's gonna be. I gotta see how, because lawyers are very crafty. I gotta see how they get around this. How? And I know, and from what I see, this judge is not stupid. She's not dumb. I There's no way in the world that Drake is going to continue this case. Because if he does, it just makes him look even more stupid. Because you're trying to say that they pushed the song, but you agreed to yourself that you liked the song. Like, and what did he lie about in the song? He didn't lie about anything in the song. You said that I would like the song if you didn't lie, or if you didn't say anything that wasn't true, or something like that. You said, but what did he lie about? You do like young girls, because you said that, you told him to say that, and you are in communication with young girls. And when he said certified lover boy, certified PDF, that's a play on words. You got an album called Certified Lover Boy. Baka got a rare case. Why is he around? All of these things is gonna line up. I don't see how you would even. I don't see how the judge would even grant you anything. It's crazy.
Arrested for, yeah, they tried to bring sex trafficking charges on him. The girl didn't show up in court for some reason, but he still had to sit because of the domestic violence or whatever. But they were saying that he was running a sex trafficking ring or whatever. Exhibit T, which is a true and correct copy of the transcript for the NPR podcast released on May 9th, 2024, entitled Pop Culture Happy Hour. We processed the explosive Drake-Kendrick beef. And of course, the Baca situation definitely predates Not Like Us, which is why Kendrick rapped about it. And that's going to come up again. All right? So once again, all of these things are not new. It's nothing hidden. It's nothing that we didn't already know about. Now, I said a few minutes ago, I was going to bring it back as to why UMG is not going to disclose new information about Drake, at least not at this time. If y'all have been paying attention to the back and forth and the ongoing process of this case, then you know UMG is trying to get this case dismissed completely, entirely. And the majority of their rebuttal to Drake is that Kendrick Lamar's lyrics on Not Like Us were rhetorical hyperbole. This is the phrase that they use many times throughout their arguments, their filings, even in front of the judge. They used this term rhetorical hyperbole, which in jest you can see, if you know what hyperbole is, it's huge exaggeration.
Now, what he's saying here is absolutely true. However, I believe the reason why, before he even say why he's, I believe the reason why they uh are not going to introduce nothing new, because if they do, and this case goes forward, it actually damages their product, Drake. I think that they do have a lot of stuff on him, but they only going to put out what's already out there because everybody already seen it. Nothing new, because now you get something new. Now it actually really devalues him. And my thing is, if they were really trying to devalue Drake, they would have did that. You know what I'm saying? They would have did that.
So we have Drake suing UMG via Kendrick Lamar. Drake is saying they defamed me. They came up with this plan. They want to devalue me in the market. They want to get me out of my number one spot. They sat back and planned this. And they came up with this allegation that I am a PDF because they knew it would do the job. Now UMG is saying, hey bro, did you forget that this information has been out there about you for years? Kendrick Lamar's song dropped in 2024. They had articles about you back in 2019 trying to understand what the hell's going on with you. They even resurfaced your shit from 2010 So really, ever since you came into the industry, there's been some unsavory practices from your part. So UMG is only pointing these things out to let it be known that Kendrick Lamar's lyrics are based around rumors, which is also in their rebuttals to Drake. All Kendrick Lamar did was repeat rumors that pre-existed the battle. He didn't make up anything, and he also is not privy to any hidden or undisclosed information, which is what Drake is trying to push to the judge, that he has some sort of undisclosed information that needs to be investigated further. Who gave him this information? Where did he get this information from? Who put him up to this? Because again, Drake is trying to prove that UMG, Interscope, Kendrick Lamar, PG Lang were all sitting around coming up with this grand plan of how to dethrone Drake. Okay? So if UMG were to come to the fold and say, hey, we have direct information that confirms that Drake is a pedophile, it would completely negate their rhetorical hyperbole argument. Because the whole point of the rhetorical hyperbole argument is that Kendrick does not have access to any privileged information, and he literally was only replying to you with the information or rumors that have pre-existed and the information that you alluded to in your own song. It was a rebuttal. You asked him to speak on it, therefore he did. So again, if they are...
And that's exactly why his lawyers want to separate Not Like Us as its own entity, because if they can do that, then they can say, well, it's kind of like what the judge was saying, like, you got to have everything in its full context. You can't just be like, oh well, separate it and say, oh well, the song became a cultural phenomenon, so it should be looked at differently from all the other songs. Like no. What are you talking about? No, it should not.
to present information that would further solidify that what Kendrick is saying is true, then that completely goes against their motion to dismiss. So that's not going to happen, at least not at this stage. Now, if or when this gets presented at trial and Drake is still pushing this, it's a lie, they're pushing factual allegations that are untrue, if he continues to stand on that square and UMG is pinned back to the wall, like what other argument can we conclude? At that point, if they were to bring it and say, you know what, we have all this information of all of the things that we've made go away for Drake, all of these different lawsuits, arrests, investigations that we've concealed. At that point, they will be basically saying, fuck Kendrick, we're protecting our own ass here. We gotta show this shit wasn't a lie at all. That would be a totally different situation. But at the motion to dismiss stage, if they were to bring that into the conversation, their motion to dismiss at that point would be completely disregarded, moot.
That's a great point he just made. I didn't even think about it that way. But I will say this. In fact, we'll get up out of here. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think that the judge is going to let this go forward. Now, I know I've been saying the judge is going to dismiss it. I'm going to tell y'all why I believe the judge is going to take it forward. And I'm going to tell y'all why I believe that it could get dismissed. I'm going to give y'all two things. The first reason why I think she's going to go for it, because I think she's going to dismiss certain things. I think she's going to dismiss the allegations that Kendrick said these things and the defamed him part. I think she's going to dismiss that because obviously they, like she said, they were arguing back and forth. I think that if this trial does go forward, it's going to be about the bot allegations and the pushing of the song through illegal practices. I think that is what the case is going to be about. The defaming part, I totally don't think that. I think that that's going to get thrown out, and that she's going to probably say, "Well, that part gets thrown out, but this part, this is what the case should be." I think that that's what it's going to be. Obviously, she ain't going to say it like that, but I think that is what's going to happen. I think they're going to dismiss or throw out the him being devalued and all this stuff, and I think they're going to keep in the pushing of the song and through illegal practices. So and all that good stuff. But thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. I'm out of here. Torture Talk. You know what it is. Peace.